Yes, people, this is Merville Myers, your blogger from Alma Grove. I spent nearly an hour, if not more, doing a recording, a live on Instagram. And after doing the live on Instagram, I wrote it up. And guess what? Instagram said it can't be posted. Like 9 posts I made the other day and said it can't be posted. So you know what? I'm doing this all over again. So I'm starting here. This is Merville Myers, your blogger from Alma Grove. A resident of 16 Alma Grove since December 2000. The result of homelessness and domestic violence. Now I'm starting from here and I'm showing you why I am in the predicament that I'm in. The result of raising concerns, legitimate concerns about the situation that you see here. Whenever it rains, water seeps in there. Yeah, the last time the bloke was here doing things, and whilst they're doing this, so no, I'm not doing it, I'm just showing you. It's just facade. Yeah, so that's how this came about. These are my husband's ladder. My husband was a painter decorator. So from my husband moved here with me 2001, he's always been painting and decorating. We only leave whatever it is that we can't touch by law for housing for women to do. Behind there is the lawnmower. As I said, my husband's ladder. Anybody out there needs them, you're welcome. Just let me know. I came here and I inherited this plant, but my husband was the one who invested in this rose that I dedicate to my brother. Anybody who sees my profile will know. Yes. So see, it starts flowering, and this is what we call a croton back home. Under here I have stuff because I made my little space. Yeah, so just stuff. As I said, I'm a hoarder and I don't like throwing away anything that might be of use later. Yeah, so I keep my buckets for storage. Yeah, it's been really very terrible what has happened to me, but each time I'm not going to pick myself up. Here I have coconuts. I go out, I buy coconuts intending to use them for something, and they don't get used, but I still keep them. In here, I have this soap, people, because I tell you, that's a vase. I tell you about people who used to travel. So as you can see, when people travel to foreign and come back and give you a soap like this, boy, you treasure it. So those are some of the things why I do. I keep these stones because of a reason. Yeah, I use this as cover for whatever is under here. So you see the water gather there. I think I can see a spider in the water. So that means it would be dead. As long as my phone don't fall in there. Yeah, so that spider is drowned in the water. So under here are my tools. So see what just dropped? A snail. I'm not scared of things like this. I will not kill it yet because it's not a threat to me. When it becomes a threat, that's when I get rid of it. In here, I keep this as my little storage area. Yeah. So I said I'm not a hoarder for it. Take some of my husband things. So you see, tomato from how long? I've been doing the garden now for how many years, and these are some little things I keep. So, like the suffragettes and whoever has fought for their rights, I'm not just gonna give up my rights just like that. I'll be fighting to the end. Yeah. So this is another one. Storage. Shite. So this is where I keep my seeds, you see. So I'm gonna do some planting today. I'm doing therapy in the garden, but as I said, I done over an hour worth of thingy, and Instagram said it can't be posted. So I'm defiant like that. Yeah. So my little storage. See, I took that out. Those used to have the big plants. This gate was actually by my husband. So this is a little space. He started out having plants there. My husband, flowers, these ones. So my husband is the one, as I said, he was gardening fanatic. So he put this here. So he sectioned off little areas. So that's all my husband's handiwork. Right here. Yeah. So I'm going to remove these. Because soon, I know for a fact I didn't throw those potatoes there. So I guess they come from upstairs. But anyway, I will plant them. I think they're already taking control before I'm even gone. So I know plants will be coming from here. I'm just showing you around. Because I done it already and Instagram is playing whatever. So this is a little one of what's out in the garden. In the front. I try to keep the ivy all in one place. Yeah. So I'm just showing you borders and then I'm going to come back. Oh, what is growing? Fleetingly. Oh, I buried seed already the other day, people, and it's growing. So I'm just going to fleetingly and come back and do it in perspective. So my husband parted all this garden space, so I have it. And then when my brother came, he did some additions. Yeah. Another of the croton growing because I buried it. And it grew. Wow. So you see how far behind I am at people. Usually I would have put seeds in the ground and they would be growing. But because of what's been happening, it's not happening. So this is the Ceanothus tree that my husband planted. And it just grew and grew. Part of it broke down in one of the storms. And then I had to get Robert because it was over my neighbor. It's my responsibility, so I had to get Robert to come and sort it out. And then the other storm fell on the fence there. Took over a year or more. It was my neighbor. It's my neighbor's fence, not my fence, but it's my tree. Housing for Women said they weren't responsible. So, oh wow, I need to come and look. This is my fence. As you can see, the perimeter from there, going there. That was also around there. My neighbor Tess over there told me, whoever told me to ask for a wooden fence like that. So that's how this wooden fence was here. So they removed the green border from there. Once storm came down by the storm, Housing for Women fixed it. Then something again happened, they fixed it, and the third time, they refused from fixing it, saying it's my responsibility. But the contract that I signed was never changed, so how all of a sudden, it became my responsibility? Yeah? So I am the one who does all of this little thingy, to try to get some semblance of normality. My husband created all this space, as I said. Yeah. So we're going to argue those points. And here was a riot of colors, everything. And I'm going to put my camera up there to show you how this all started. Yeah. It's held up by sellotape. This is part of that window. That's been over more than a year. I came out one morning and it was sticking up like this. So I'm showing you the dangers. So what am I wearing? Rubber slippers, right? So I can, if I step on this, it can go right in. If you have pressure on something like this, it's going to go right in. And a person with diabetes, that can be catastrophic. I've seen or heard of people losing limbs because of something like this. This came from up there. Yeah. And of course it came down here. I never had any problems. The workman didn't come and pick it up, so I pick it up. And I'm putting this up there because I want to keep it for my own. Because when I was being photographed or recorded, and I said, why are you recording me? They want it for their defense. The tools, yeah? So once my husband wasn't able to do whatever he needed to do, I took over my sole responsibility. As you can see, these are tools. These are materials that whenever they come to work and things are left, I think this was from the front gate or somewhere. So I store it because I need it. I set up this space because I was thinking of doing a little teaching and whatever. This is the old machine that I said I could, that my mother-in-law gave me. And I said I could use it as a teaching what I plan to do, teaching and learning. These are the thingy. These are, yeah. I have ideas and I want to do things and it's never happening. Old chair. And I'll show you a stool, the way my neighbor and I used to live. I'm not lying. She put that stool out and I took it up. So it's there. What else can I say about this space? So as you can see, yeah, see in my garden, in my window, and I'm showing you, this is deteriorating too, yeah? See there? So you see how long nothing has been done in terms of repairs. When my sons came, that was when something was done along here, yeah? And whilst I'm doing whatever, I'll show you. I'm sure I adverted a Grenfell here by not allowing gas pipes to be put through my my space because of the number of times the bathroom was flooded and they had to come and do the lighting. Yeah? So I have been the sensible one, and the sensible one now, all of a sudden, within a matter of when Trina Filbert started working here, yeah, working with Housing for Women, she said the antisocial behavior started May 2022. So what happened to before? So as a result of me deciding I'm not putting allowing gas pipes through my place because of the dangers, people were not paying bill, and I know of families lost because of things like that. Politics time, but also stealing electricity and stuff. So Tess asked me to advocate on our behalf, so you see the same thing happened over there. And also the front, they left it exposed, and I was the one who had to say it need to be covered. Yeah, grass need to be cut. See all tree growing? See? Yeah? And somebody said, this is okay. This is okay. This is deliberate. Yeah? So the rice was here. Yeah. See the fork here. So somebody eat. Okay. Yeah? So now I'll have to cut the grass. Will I cut the grass today? Maybe I bury my thing first and then I cut the grass. So all along here, my brother extended. I do whatever I need to do. I'm going to do another one because I said I done a lovely one. And in that lovely one, I talk about legalities. So I need to capture. As a result, when the fence went down, Housing for Women said it's my responsibility. I am not the owner of this property. I rent. By the agreement says there are certain things I am responsible for, and certain things it's the landlord's responsibility. So for example, when that tree, branches of that tree fell down during the hurricane or storm, and it fell on my neighbor's place, they came and get me to sort it out, it is their right to ask me to sort it out if I did not sort it out in time. So I got Robert to come and do it. It's my responsibility, my tree. Now Housing for Women tree, my tree. They rented me premises. I planted the tree, my responsibility. Yeah? Housing for Women didn't rent me place with this. Robert gave me. Got this, whatever. Whatever is in here, if I want to leave, when I'm leaving, I need to take all my pots on my thing, my responsibility. But I cannot take anything that is housing for women. Yeah? And that's why I know. Because my husband was a leaseholder. 19 Wilson Road. He used to own the whole of that until he sold out. So as a leaseholder, he has certain responsibilities that he needs to do. Yeah? Housing for Women has neglected their responsibility for repair. And that's what's caused all of this. Housing for Women has an agenda. Yeah? Housing for Women wipe the customer portal clean of data. And then when they put back things, it was so minimal. And that's why it comes into context where where Richard Blakeway had to intervene in a matter about £10,000 rent. As a member of the Housing Ombudsman Service Customer Resident Panel, I have rights. I have even taken Richard Blakeway and Housing Ombudsman to Small Claims Court for neglect. And I need to bring Miss Presley in this because Miss Presley found me online when Herman Cameron was advocating on my behalf because we were members of the customer panel. Now they've established a new customer panel. And I must also mention about Housing for Women has started trafficking. So Housing for Women is trafficking Asian men to come over to be contractors. How did I find that out? Because they came here to work and they have spoken to them on the phone. So if you're bringing over men as contractors, you're going to want a place to put their wives and girlfriends and family, isn't it? So you're going to get rid of us, like me and Miss Presley, by using the ASBO. But what you haven't taken into consideration is my contribution to British values, my work, my advocacy, my qualifications, and everything else. So for the past 10 years after my entitlements were denied, I was put on benefits, have to go for capability for work assessment. But what they didn't realize that I've done training understanding statutory assessment procedures. So every time I'm supposed to go for anything, I would go. That's why NADO, who wrote on the thingy that I did not come for case on the 20th of December 2023. I know that's a lie. I had an appointment, medical review, and I was there the 19th when Stephen Ajira sent an email for them to take him off the case. They need to check their records. And that's why they said, Housing for Women said they done retraining and whatever. I don't need to do no retraining. And that's why, because District Judge Sarah Elizabeth Beecham needed an equality assessor. But what did they do? 2 times on the 7th, the act was breached. And then on the 17th, the assessor was an hour and a half late. Yeah? These are some of the things they need to look into. So yes, people, I haven't been to any university for certain things. I just learned by roto, like how I represented myself 2 times at the employment tribunals, Small Claims Court. So when you break me down and break me down and break me down, I had intended to do whatever. I'd done it already, and I might not have caught all the information. Yeah? But then I do it again because Instagram has just harvested my thingy and I'm not allowed to post. So I'm going to do another one because today I'm spending the day in the garden. Yeah?